Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited about this bike right here. This is the Aniioki A8 long range e-bike. Now this thing right here will go over 200 miles, has a 1400 watt peak motor, 60 amp hour battery. This thing goes forever and it goes fast in any terrain. I'm really excited to test it out. Let me unbox it for you. We'll get it on the road. I'll tell you all about it. Let's go. First impression, it looks pretty good here. They packaged it really well, all kinds of foam here. So I highly recommend you get one of these little clippers whenever you buy an e-bike. They're not very expensive. You usually buy it on Amazon. And that way you can just literally bust through these and undo all of these. That's super important. Save you a ton of time and you won't damage your bike because it does have a flat end. So let me get all the foam off of it and then I'll go ahead and build it. We'll get on the road. Let's go. All right, so I got most of the foam off of the front so you could see it. First impressions, really well built. This thing is heavy. Comes in at about, I think the box weight's about 132 pounds. The bike itself is just over 100 pounds, so it is beefy. And it's because of this battery. And I know you can't really tell here, but when I ride it and I show you some of the close-up photos and videos of this, you're gonna see how big this battery is. Now this battery not just powers the e-bike, it can also power other devices. So if you're out camping, and first of all, 200 miles, which is crazy. But if you're out camping and you want to use this battery right here to charge other devices, you can charge your cell phones, your tablets, your computers, projectors. You could even, like if you're out camping and you want to use a projector, you could plug it into this. It will power it for hours and hours. You can also power drones if you want to take drone footage. So I'll be using this when I go out and about filming, and I'll just plug in my drone to this. That way I can charge it up and continue riding so we can get lots of footage of this. I also noticed a really big back rack. So, and a great suspension too, as you can see right here. So I'm gonna finish the build. It should only take me about 15 or 20 minutes. It's mostly about 90% already built. Just have to do the front tire, slide the seat right on. I do have to put a fender on here and some pedals. Other than that, it's pretty much built. So it should be really quick, and then we'll get on the road. We'll take it for a spin. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, here we go, guys. I got it built here. It only took about 20, maybe 25 minutes total from unboxing to full build. As you can tell from the unboxing, it was pretty much built as is. I really like this bike here. This thing is an absolute beast. My first impression, unbelievable. But by being a beast, it's also gonna be heavy. This thing right here is over 100 pounds. And it's because it's got a big motor, it's got the big battery, and I'll go over all the specs in today's video when I go out on the road and ride it. I'm gonna do a quick orbit video of this because I want you to see how big it really is, because in front camera like this, it's really hard to tell. But my first impression is this thing's just an absolute beast. And again, I'll go over all the specs when I'm out on the road. So let's not waste any time. Let's get out there right now. All right, we're out here riding. Beautiful November day. We are so lucky in Ohio to have such great weather. So I figured I'd test this bike out, the Aniioki A8. Now this is the Pro Max. So we're gonna have the long range. There are two battery options. There is the 48 volt and the 52 volt battery. So I want the longer range, I went 52 volt. I definitely wanted the bigger battery, so I chose that. One thing I wish I would have done was got the inverter and the basket for this, which I don't have on here as I'm riding, but I am going to get that because I think it would really elevate the whole usage of this e-bike. So a few things I noticed, people always ask me all kinds of things like what speed does it go, what kind of motor does it have, what kind of range do we have. So we're going to cover all that in today's video. So first of all, I want to say this does have a 1,000 watt rated motor. Now that will get you 1,400 watts of peak power, Where the peak power comes in is when you're hitting those hills and you really want to get up there. The Newton meters is really important too. This has 90 Newton meters, so you're going to be able to literally have some crazy torque on this thing. It means it's going to, even in the sharpest of angles, it's going to go up at no problem. As I mentioned, I chose the 52 volt battery just because I wanted a little bit longer range. Both batteries come 60 amp hours, but the 52 is just the bigger, better battery. And this will get you up over 200 miles of range if you are doing pedal assist, or about anywhere from 110 to 130 miles if you do straight throttle, depending on the terrain that you're on. But 200 miles just by pedaling is crazy on an e-bike. It does have 7-speed gear shifting system, a max load of 350 pounds, so keep that in mind. The bike's over 100 pounds, so it's really 450, but 350 rider weight. So you could put yourself, and if you have a second passenger that is maybe a little bit lighter, or some cargo, you could put back there as well. This is a class 3 e-bike, so you're going to get that maximum speed. And like I mentioned, you're going to get that 1400 watt peak motor. This actually is rated at 32 miles per hour right now out of the box. But I actually found that I can go 34 miles per hour and even a little bit faster going downhill than that before the regulator really kicks in. So that's really nice. So you can hit those top speeds. Usually on e-bikes, it's kind of like a known thing. 28 miles per hour is the fastest you're going to go without some special license. Well, this one's rated higher, so you do have the capability just to go a little bit faster on this e-bike. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, it does have a power transfer capability, which is something that you rarely see on e-bikes. So you can power things like laptops, phones, drones, cameras, projectors, even lights. So if you're out there camping, you can plug in the inverter, and then you can plug in all kinds of things. And if you do decide to get a solar panel, it's even better, because now you can recharge that inverter, which charges your bike. So you could literally go forever. You just go a couple hundred miles, camp, charge it up, and keep on going. Now you're gonna have lights when you're out camping. You can watch movies with a projector, recharge your phone, even have a little laptop so you can edit videos, or use a drone, which I'm doing right here on this video. So it's really a cool feature, and you just don't see that on e-bikes. So I just wanted to highlight that a little bit in today's video. It does have 4 times shock absorption, so that's something a lot of people ask. If you take an e-bike off-road, how comfortable is it? Well, having the shock absorb system from not just the front hydraulic, which is very common, but you're also getting a rear spring adjustment shock. So having both really makes a huge difference. And in line with that, it does have a really big front headlight. So if you want to ride this at night, you certainly can, and you can see just fine. There's one unique thing about this e-bike that I've not seen, is it actually uses a key fob to lock your e-bike. So if you're walking away from your e-bike, you don't want it stolen, you hit that button, somebody tries to take it, a siren goes off. Pretty cool little anti-theft system that's built into this. There is no upgrade. That is included in this e-bike. The tires are 20-inch tires. They're 4 inches wide. They are considered fat tires. They do have a little bit of grit to them. So it's not going to be the smoothest on the road that you would get on like a street tire, but it is very comfortable, and I think it's because of the shock absorption. You don't really feel any of those bumps that are on the actual tire itself. But by having that extra grit, you can go on-road, off-road, sand, snow, pretty much any terrain you could go on this e-bike, which is great. I hope you enjoyed the riding scenes. Really quickly, I'm just going to give you my final thoughts on the Aniioki A8 Pro model right here. My first impression was it was a beautiful beast, but my final impression, comfortable. And you really want that on a bike like this, because this thing will go over 200 miles with pedal assist. I mean, I can go from Columbus to Indianapolis on an e-bike, which is really, it kind of blows my mind. I did notice when I was riding that the display was really big and really bright, something that you couldn't really tell on the drone footage when I was riding the bike. The response time on this thing is incredible because the torque. This is the largest torque bike I've ever ridden, and this thing just goes. So I hit that throttle and I take off. It doesn't matter what terrain I'm on, what angle of hill I'm on, this thing just goes. So I really like it here, and having the ability to have the basket and the inverter on this thing would set it above, and I'm going to order that right now. In fact, I'm going to hit on the website right when I'm done with this video, because I want to be able to plug in anything into this, whether it's my drone when I'm out and about, my cell phone, my laptop. If I'm out camping with this thing, it'll charge anything. I just need to get that inverter, and I think a basket back here would really set it apart. So those are a couple things that they offer on their website, and I think it's really a must on something like this, because this is an investment, and I love this e-bike. If you want to get one of these, make sure you click the link in the description. And there's actually a coupon code right now available to get you $200 off this. So if you are serious about getting a beast of an e-bike, make sure you use that code, and I'll put that in the description section of this video. And like I said, it will give you $200 off this. It gets it the lowest price you'll ever gonna see on the internet. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. And if you want to know anything else about this e-bike, please feel free to reach out, because this is going to be my go-to e-bike from now on. I love this thing. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye. If you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. And if you want to know anything else about this e-bike, please feel free to reach out, because this is going to be my go-to e-bike from now on. I love this thing. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.